show the restaurants, you have to show benefits, you have to show private galas, you have to show black cars picking you up because we don't drive in New York. Like, you have to show New York, Rockefeller Center, and the skating, and they're going out to the Hamptons. I'll see them. Hi, girls. But you have to show New York. I think that is how it could be interesting, because this isn't Salt Lake, this isn't Dallas, this isn't the OC. Like, you have the city, which Andy Cohen and Dorinda and everyone that said, the reason season 13 really failed is COVID and we didn't have the city in it. Well, okay, you know what? Now is your chance to prove this. Dorinda wasn't in season 13. She just has spoken on it and said, give the girls a break. It was COVID. So now we have New York. New York's open, everyone. So if they feature New York City and what living here is, you know what I mean? And Broadway and the fabulous 5-star restaurants where like your meal is like $900 just to be allowed to like walk in. Like, if they show this, it could be great. But I think you have to really factor New York City in as a housewife, because you have it. And I think if not, it's just a bunch of new women. I don't know. So I am getting more hopeful as the time approaches. When Legacy was announced, people are slipping into my DMs and they said, you said within 30 seconds of it being announced, we will never see Legacy on our TV screens. And I am right. We will never see that version of Legacy on our TV screens. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Okay. Now we have this new thing Andy's dangling, that he has Legacy news very soon. They are turning it, look, from my reliable sources, they are truly turning it into Girls Trip. Those rumors are true. I believe, based on my sources, it's so funny. This is why, like you say, everything in Hollywood is smoke and mirrors. It's like, we're not using Ramona for Legacy. We have contracts went out. Ramona was truly fired, despite the fact that she said it's no longer for her. And I do believe Ramona when she said for then the next few months, like, Legacy loser, and like, I love my life now. And like, I do think Ramona was living her life, because Ramona's all about Ramona. But here we are. We're going to do this Girls Trip, and it's probably not going to include Jill Zarin, because she also basically said she doesn't want to be on it by not signing, which everyone knows. And all of a sudden, now there's rumors that Ramona's back in. Well, that's pretty much true based on my sources. So they say they don't want Ramona because of this troubled past and Ebony and all this stuff we're finding out about Ramona with the word racism. We can't have Ramona on our TV screens at Bravo because we don't do that. We're very a proper network. And now all of a sudden, if Jill's out, you need someone. We're not going to go to like freaking Jules Weinstein, who I love, but not with the word Legacy. You have to have Ramona, because Bethany ain't doing it. Jill ain't doing it. So you have Dorinda, you have Sonia, you have Kelly Ben-Simone, and you have, who the hell am I forgetting?
Dorinda? Did we say Dorinda?
Dorinda, Sonia, Kelly Ben-Simone, and the number one housewife, Countess. You have the Countess, my girl.
Oh, the Countess.
So right. With Jill out, you need Ramona. Sure, I think Tinsley is great if she'll do it. I don't know if she'll do it, but even with her, you need another anchor. Jill was an anchor. Jill is an OG. When you think of, I still think when people think of New York Housewives, they think of Bethany and Jill first and foremost, separately, having nothing to do with either of them. So if Jill's out, I think you need Ramona or Bethany, and she ain't doing it. So like, all of a sudden we had an issue with Ramona and we're not using her, and we basically fired her and allowed her to say that she's walked away, which all was from racism things. And I actually don't think Ramona is racist. I think she has a lot of troubled things that come out of her mouth, but I don't think at her core she's racist. But that's not the point. All of a sudden now, as a network, we're asking her back. Well, of course you're asking her back, because you never let her go for the right reasons. You let her go for optics, and now that because you didn't need her, and now that you need her, here she is. And it's also funny because I have from other reliable sources that Ramona, who says, oh, I love my life, legacy loser, I'll never do that show. I'm so happy now. My life is so calm. It's so relaxed. I love my new life. Well, I heard from reliable sources that when the offer goes out, Ramona's going. So that's it. And they all lie, Sarah. They all lie. Ramona says she's not interested.
I respect this so much about Andy. Andy's so smart, but Andy doesn't like, they trash Andy at Bravo all the time when they leave. They're all like, I'd never go back. They say all these. I mean, look at Bethany, every single thing. Bethany has now said she would go back for the right amount of money, which I think is over $2 million. I think Bethany
for
is
week,
competitive
for the week. For the 10 days?
I don't know what she would do it for that, but she said she'd go back for the right amount of money, but they're not going to pay. They don't want to pay because I don't even think it's worth it, right? I think if they paid Bethany, I don't know, $1 million, let's say for 10 days, I just don't think they're even going to make it back in revenue. I don't know that many more people are going to watch to make it worth it.
I don't know if you need her.
Andy doesn't care what they say. They all trash it. Tamra, Teddy on their show. I mean, they all trash it and then they're invited back because I go back to our friend Carlos King. I think at the end of the day, Carlos said, look, with these franchises, you had such huge personalities a decade ago that made these shows. That's what people want. They really don't want maybe once in a while a newbie. Like I think Candace, our girl, Candace Dillard Bassett did a really great job of coming in and holding her own, but they couldn't do it in Dallas. I mean, we'll see about Salt Lake. I mean, I think they desperately need Mary Cosby back in the mix to some degree. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of where. I mean, we'll see where have newbies been. It's hard.
Well, we have Jennifer Pedantry coming to the RHOC this season. We'll see how she does. Yeah, I mean, it's I agree with you.
RHOC, let's hope it's that the season's way better than the trailer.
I mean, Tamrat has scurried out from under Teddy's asshole and has said, and I forgot who else said this, Tamrat and someone else is saying, oh, we are shocked at the trailer. We're shocked. I mean, based on how great the season's going to be, it's like, we can't believe that was all that was shown in the trailer. And so, I mean, now you have an actual cast member that actually is admitting that it's like, Tamra, shut up.
Because it's like nobody
like, just don't make a comment. You're like acknowledging that we all think this sucks.
Yeah.
And basically saying like, I can't believe that's the trailer they showed. Girl, you're basically saying you don't think it's good either. That ain't so good, Tamra. And she's not a rocket scientist, that Tamra. She's not. I mean, she's not, she's a good housewife. She's good at the job, girl. She's better than Teddy was. Jesus. But the rat has scurried, girl. The rat has scurried.
You're right. She shouldn't have said anything because it was an admission of how bad. I mean, it's bad. If they couldn't even come up with like a cliffhanger. It's bad. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Listen, I'm not giving it much of a chance. I'm going to watch and then, no, I mean, Atlanta is back. It's come back. I didn't watch, the first 2 episodes, but it's back with a boom. I just interviewed someone from Atlanta. She's coming up, or you probably already heard it by now. This is the fire alarm going off in the hotel I'm at in New York City.
Believe it or not, we can't hear it.
Okay, good. So I don't know. So like, we'll see what happens with RHONY, right? We'll see what happens.
And this interview you have coming up with an RHOA